I'm so glad that you all could join me today. The reason for that is I'm going to talk about volunteerism. Now, I know what you're thinking. When you volunteer, you help other people. That's the reason you decide to do it. Well, that is true, but what I'm saying is that volunteerism is exceptionally important for recent college students to get a job. According to a recent survey, 20% almost of college graduates still have not found a job in the field that they want to work in 2 years. The reason for that is they have no work experience. I'd like to talk with you about how volunteerism can help recent college graduates get a job. It can help you financially, with work experience, and also get the contacts, make the contacts necessary to find the job that you want. First of all, I'm going to talk about how it can help you financially. It can help you financially because when you get out of college, the Washington Post says that about $30,000 is what the debt is from students who have earned their undergrad degree. They might want to consider going back for their master's, but the average master's costs between $30,000 and $100,000 depending on where you go to school. That's simply too expensive for most students. What I say is volunteer somewhere that you would like to gain the work experience and the skills that they offer at that place. You can get for free what you have to pay for. And you won't have to spend a dime. Say you want to learn calligraphy. Well, that would be free. If you went to a place to learn calligraphy. Now that we've talked about the financial benefits of that, now I'd like to talk about the work experience. Well, you don't have any work experience because you've been in school so long. Well, did you know that between 40 and 41% of hiring managers say that they consider volunteerism the same as actually work experience? I myself have been in a radiology department for over 20 years. There I'm responsible for the hiring and firing of employees. Huge stacks of resumes come across my desk, and if I look at a resume that has no work experience, it's generally discarded. The reason for that is the economy is tight and we simply do not have the resources to hire someone that has no prior work experience. We consider volunteerism the same as work experience. Also, you in college, say you did a lot of research. We could volunteer with a nonprofit organization and apply the research that you learned in school and use it for good for them. They need the research, you need the job experience. Therefore, you're getting the work experience and also something to put on your resume. Now also, we've talked about the financial benefits and the work experience, but also I'd like to talk about the connections. When you're picking somewhere that you like to volunteer, pick somewhere that is somewhere you think you might actually want to work. Somewhere that is that you can be passionate about your work and show what kind of good employee you are. Often you can get hired through that work experience. And even if they're not looking for an employee right now, their associates or your co-workers that you might work in this type setting could be resources or that can help you find a job. Now, what I also recommend is that you make a list of people that you've come in contact with during that volunteer time. Therefore, you could use those as references whenever you actually are applying for another place. So now we've talked about the financial, the work experience, and we've also talked about the contacts. Now, volunteerism, as I've shown you, can be very beneficial to all involved. Yes, it is true. Volunteerism can give you a warm, fuzzy feeling. People who volunteer tend to have higher self-esteem, psychological well-being, and happiness. But that is not why it is important to volunteer for recent college graduates. All that is great, but ultimately you want to find a job. Gordon Hinckley, a famous philanthropist, said it best: "The best antidote I know for worry is work. The best cure for weariness is the challenge of helping someone who is even more tired." One of the greatest ironies of life is this: he or she who serves always benefits more than he or she who is served. Volunteering will be the ticket for college graduates to rise to the workforce. Thank you.